Oh, mi corazón, mi corazón. That's what I heard this morning when I woke up. Actually, it was just. That's just this bird outside, you know? And I was like, well, he sure is annoying, right? And rather than just instantly get angry and bang on my window and make the bird fly away, I started laughing my ass off because I just know that somewhere down the freaking road is another bird. And she's listening and she hears, mi corazón, mi corazón. You know, and she's going to fly over there and be like, oh my God, who is this with such a beautiful voice? Meanwhile, I'm like, man, you sound like a goddamn computer going off over and over and over again. 16, guys. This is episode 16. It's my sweet 16 because I'm a pretty princess. You can try to take that away from me by saying I have a beard or that I'm not of female origin, but I don't care. It's my party and I'll be a girl if I want to. Well, who even says a princess has to be a girl? I'm a male princess. Nope, I'm not a prince. Nope, I'm a princess. But I'm a guy. I identify as a male, but I'm a princess as well. That being said, I've been treating myself like a princess, lounging around, eating grapes out of my hand. I get half my body naked and oil it up, and then the other half I keep regally robed, and then I lay down and I reach my hand over my head and I look over at my old body as I give myself grapes. You gotta be creative. You gotta really get into it and figure out ways to live that life you want to live now that you're in lockdown. We won't be in lockdown too long, guys. I don't know. This is probably just the beginning of a new world order. I guess this is probably the beginning of a new thing that's going to be life. It may be like lockdown for us. Who knows? It might be liberating. We might find ourselves just suddenly able to just do what we want to do, which is kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about the amount of art I've been getting done, the amount of music I've been getting done. Just the fact that I can sit here and talk to you guys at 5 in the early. It is 5 in the early. It's not even 5 in the morning. It's not morning. It's 5 in the early. But I haven't slept. I've just been working on new things, watching things that I wanted to watch for a long time, catching up on some old things. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Wendy and Richard Pini made the most incredible comic book known to man. It's called ElfQuest, and if you haven't read it, it's one of those things that influenced almost everything that you have watched or read. Let me just say, it's kind of the Lord of the Rings of elf lore, and it's really worth a read. I just say go for it. That's my recommendation of something to pass your time. If you put in the hours, you can get the whole thing done in a day. If you just go online and you Google "Read ElfQuest online," you'll find it almost right away. And you'll find a list of all the books, or you can click the link that says read the entire story, and it's just the entire comic book series all in one go. You just click next. Enjoy the art. Next. Enjoy the art. Because believe me, Every page is flawless. I found it hard to believe, to be quite frank. And I'm never quite frank because every time I am, I get in trouble. But, god damn that Frank. But I found it almost impossible to believe. The flawlessness. Hold on, there's something in my eye. Oh, God. The flawlessness of this lady's drawing. This woman, this creature of some world, I don't know. This daughter of humanity. What can I say? From every single angle, her perception is perfect. The depth perception it's flawless. I mean, she has these characters in her mind, and she can see them from a 360-degree spherical angle, vision. She can see everything. And when she envisions a moment, she steps away from the whole thing. She can see the whole thing and just draw it. It's amazing. It's amazing. And it seems cartoony almost. But if you get past the fact that it's cartoony, you start to realize that it is some of the most accurate artwork out there. Look at other comic books. I mean, on the far end of the spectrum, you would have Rob Liefeld, which nobody really knows that much about comics that morning nowadays. But if you do know about Image Comics, you'll know Rob Liefeld. He drew Youngbloods. He was doing X-Force for a little while. Cable. It's not good the way he draws. It's kind of very basic. You draw the body, and then the hands, you just make these circles, and you can forget about all this shading. You see how my hands got a lot of shading and it looks realistic? You can forget about all of that with Rob Liefeld, because you're just going to get a type of finger structure. Not even like that, because that looks realistic. It looks like I'm really contorting my hand. He wouldn't do that. But Wendy Pini, she makes more human hands, and her elves only have 3 fingers. It's insane. And you got to wonder how the dedication, how much dedication it takes, and how devoted you have to be. It has to be fun for you, or you can't do it. You cannot sit still and just create, and have it all just be that purpose. I mean, perfect, unless there was a purpose. Unless you were somehow being guided. And I truly believe when a person finds that perfect formula of what their life is supposed to be, that they will suddenly become guided. And that's how a lot of people take off. They don't chase what they've been told to chase. They chase what they want to chase. And those are the people that you look up to. You being me, being people who have not made it anywhere in life, but I feel I've lived life. I don't feel like making it somewhere is so important. I feel I've lived my life. I need to push a button over here because this thing is really bugging me. I don't know. There's quite a few things that have really affected me over time, and they've always been art and science. These are clackers. These are little magnetic chirpers is what they call it. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna sit there and fuck with that because I don't really have the time. Isn't that a fucking joke? We've all got the time now. We've all got the time for anything we want. Anything we want to do, except possibly going outside and socializing. We don't have time for that. So if you feel like you need to do more socializing and you haven't given yourself enough time to do that, sorry, you still don't have enough time to do that because we all have to stay in lockdown. We want to get out of this thing in time to, have some fun this year. We don't want to spend the whole year in lockdown. We definitely don't want to lose all of our jobs and all of our lives. So, but that's the cons of lockdown. Think about the pros now. And I've always been a guy who's really torn between a desire for order. It's like I need it. It's a survival thing. I need order in my life. And I've always had an idea of what that is. Like, military provides discipline and order, which runs, the government is run by people in suits, and they all have order, and that's the order. The economy, the way that they run it, that's order. And I've always felt like, oh, I need that to be safe, right? But I've always also had this deep inner desire for complete anarchy, where everything goes completely out of control and we're all left to see who can live and who can survive. So there's a part of me that thinks, am I even afraid of what I'm becoming right now? Because I am not shaping up at the moment to be the perfect employee. Pardon me, I'm not sleeping, I'm not eating correctly, I'm not doing all the things that I'm supposed to do in order to be able to have a 9 to 5 and hold it down. I am doing all the opposite things. I'm indulging. I'm indulging in things that I haven't been able to indulge in so long. It's like I forgot, and I feel like I was kind of made to forget. They want you to forget. They don't want you to remember what you can be. They don't want you to remember what you wanted to be. They want you to only think about what it is that you've learned to be. Listen to them. Believe in them. Believe in all of it. Well, I don't know. I kind of feel like I want to continue to only do art and speak and live and feel. Are there other people out there who have a passion to do the work that I was doing? They can do it, right? Why don't we give those jobs to those people who really want those jobs? Some of us, and I'm sure this is what we're supposed to be boiling down to, is that most of us don't want to work. Most of us don't want to. I mean, there's ancient stories about the people who came here before us, the beings who came from another world, who worked and toiled and didn't want to do it. So they created a workforce, humans. And so they wouldn't have to work. It seems to be an innate desire to live without having to work. That's kind of the embodiment of what we think God is, right? The ability to live and not work. Just to live and experience and know everything and not have to feel the pain and torment and toil of your body being used up. From the moment you're born, you're using your body up, and might as well just use it the way you want. Why not? So part of me wants to go back to work tomorrow, and will go back to work tomorrow if they open. I will do it as soon as they open. I'm going back to work. But Jesus Christ, I don't want to. Just saying I will or I would wouldn't even come out of my mouth correctly. I couldn't even spit out those words correctly, because I just want to do the things that I enjoy doing. And I'd like to talk about some of the things that I enjoy talking about. Today I wanted to talk about The Dark Crystal, a movie that really influenced me from the past, a movie I saw early on as a child, and I grew up with it. I recently went to a festival. Not recently, I would say 2 years ago. That's not recent. I don't think so. But in a way it is, in the span of space and time. It's nothing. In the span of my life, it's still not that long. But I went to a festival a couple of years ago, and I bought this little gadget here. It's the dark crystal. You'll not be able to see it, but I'm gonna hold it up to this camera anyway. You can't really make it out, not like in this light. I'll try to give you a better understanding of it. It's green and purple, and it's got a chip in it. It wasn't intended to be Jim Henson's dark crystal. I'm absolutely positive of that it is in fact just a crystal that I ended up finding. But it so resembled the dark crystal that I had to get it. I had to. I couldn't leave it there. I needed to have it with me. And then, after I got it, I watched the dark crystal again because I was inspired. And then, lo and behold, at the same time all this was happening, they were making a dark crystal TV series. And that's what I want to tell you about before I leave here, everybody. Go watch that. Read ElfQuest and watch the dark crystal. This is my favorite kind of art. This is my favorite kind of storytelling. I love sci-fi, but fantasy, just the word fantasy. I mean, come on, guys. It's called that for a reason. And sci-fi, science already sounds like work. Fiction sounds like a lie. Sci-fi, a work of fiction, right? A work of lies. They tend to be rather prophetic. Philip K. Dick, Isaac Asimov, some of the things that they wrote about in their novels have become actually relevant. They've become relevant. I'm not going to give you a rundown of these guys' tales, but let me just say this. Isaac Asimov invented the laws of robotics that they use in all the movies. Like, you can't kill a human. They used it in RoboCop, iRobot. I'm sure the list goes on and on. I'm just not going to get into it now because I don't want to make this video too long. Because I have a birthday party to get back to. My cat, she's waiting over there. She's like, hey man, 16, come on. Yeah, I want to spend this last little bit of time thanking myself for being essential. I think I'm essential, and I want to thank myself for braving through all of this and being strong. And I want to ask myself to stay strong through all this and keep safe. I'm not going to extend that out to all of you unless you are truly essential employee who's getting the raw end of the deal on this, okay? But I'm not extending that out to everyone. The whole stay safe thing, because it bothers me when people say that to me. So, you think I'm not going to stay safe? You think I'm not going to be careful? What do you think I do? Walk around licking dog doo-doo all the time? You think I stop people and ask them for a taste of their hand? I don't do that kind of shit. So, you don't have to tell me to stay safe. But I am going to tell myself to stay safe because I really, really care about myself. And I think that I'm essential and I've done a great job through this. And if any of you out there feel that you're essential, I think that you should thank yourself and give yourself a pat on the back and maybe have some chocolate cake. Beyond that, I would like to thank you for tuning in and listening to me rant to you about the things that I like and don't like. If you like, please hit the button and please subscribe. It's the only way I'm going to get out of this mess. I need your help.